Welcome to the 2020 P6 Anglo-Chinese School Mathematics Prelim Paper 1 Booklet B answers. Grab your pens and papers and let's get started.
Question 16. In a sports race, Ethan had to complete swimming, cycling and running. The table below shows the time taken for each sport. So swimming took 39 minutes, cycling took 58 minutes and running took 46 minutes. What was the total time Ethan took to complete the three sports? This question is just testing you on addition, and then converting to hours and minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to add up all together. So together it's 143 minutes. Okay, and then we all know that 60 minutes is 1 hour, right? So 120 minutes is 2 hours, and then 180 minutes is 3 hours. In this case, we are in between 120 and 180, because we are 143 minutes. Okay, so what we need to do is to take 143 minutes to minus away 120 minutes. We are going to get 23 minutes. Okay, so this just means that 143 minutes is 2 hours and 23 minutes. Okay, so moving on, 6.35 kg. Okay, they want us to arrange from lightest to heaviest. And one is in decimals, one is in kg and gram, and one is in kg, but in a fraction. So we have to change it either all to fractions, all to decimals, or all to kg and gram. Okay, if not, we cannot compare. It's not that we can't, it's just a little bit hard. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it. So 6.35 kg is just 6 kg, 350 grams. Okay, so 6 kg, 35 grams is just like that. Okay, I'm going to put 0, 3, 5 grams. And then 6 and 1/3 kg. So 1/3, let's divide. Okay, let's take 1 to divide by 3. So we are always going to get a 3. So I'm going to stop here, okay? So it's 0.333. So 6 1/3 kg is just 6 kg, 333 grams. Okay, so which one is the lightest? Lightest will be this, followed by this, and then lastly this is the heaviest. Okay, so the lightest is this, and this is 6 kg, 35 gram, followed by 6 1/3 kg, and the last one is 6.35 kg. Okay, so very straightforward. Let's move on. Question 18. In the figure below, BD is 20 cm. Okay, the whole thing is 20 cm. And CD is 8 cm. I'm going to put here 8 cm. And they told us that AD is 1/4 of BD. So if AD is 1/4 of BD, BD is 20. So off means multiply. Okay. And BD is 20. So that's why I do this step. And it is 5 cm. Okay, so AD is 5 cm. I'm just going to put 5. And then just now we found that BD is 20, correct? So from here to here is 20. Okay, this just means that BA is 15. Okay, because 15 plus 5 is 20. So let's find the area of triangle ABC. So ABC is this part. So there's no right angle. And we have our base, but we do not have our perpendicular height, right? So we can't do it the traditional way, which is half times base times height. So let's utilize the surrounding triangles and do this question. So first, let us find out what's the area of ADC. Okay, ADC is this small triangle here. We have the base and height. So my base is 5, my height is 8. So half times 5 times 8. 5 times 8 is 40. So it's 40 over 2, which is 20 cm square. Okay, so the small one is 20 cm square. How about triangle ADC? We can find that also. Okay. I mean BDC, not ADC. So BDC is the big triangle, okay? From here to here, the whole thing. So this is my base 8, my height is 20. So 8 times 2 is 16, right? So 16, I add a 0, 160 divided by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So we have a 0 here. So it's 80 cm square. Okay. So what we need to do is just to minus away. And that will be our answer. Okay, so I'm taking the big one. I'm going to erase this part. I'm taking the area of the big one to minus the area of the small one. Okay, so whatever is left over this orange shaded part, it will be 60, and it will be the area of triangle ABC. Okay, so let's continue. What's the fraction exactly between 2/7 and 2/5? So when we see questions like that, we have to ask ourselves which one is bigger. Is 2/7 bigger or 2/5 bigger? So let's go back to the pizza explanation. Okay, if you're hungry, would you rather share your pizza with 7 people or 5 people? I would rather share with 5 people because that means that I get a larger share of the pizza. Okay, like I don't have to share with so many people. So this is bigger. So this will be 2/5, okay? And then this will be 2/7. Because 2/7 is smaller, you're sharing with more people and you're getting a smaller share. So what fraction is exactly between 2/7 and 2/5? So they want us to find out what's here. Okay, so that's the middle. One thing we have to do is to make them same denominator. And how we do it is we multiply by 5. Okay, 10. And then over here, we have to multiply by 7. We are going to get 14 over 35. So we can take 14 minus 10, 4. So from here to here, my difference is 4 over 35, correct? So I want to find out what's in the middle, so I need to take 4 divided by 2. I'm going to get 2. So that means this part here would just be 10 over 35 plus 2 over 35, which is 12 over 35, okay? Because this is 2 units and 2 units, okay? So my answer is 12 over 35. Let's move on to question 20. Question 20, the figure is made out of 4 squares. 2 of the squares are divided equally into 3 rectangles. And what fraction of the figure is shaded? So before we start doing this question, it's important for you to know where the squares are, okay? So I'm going to draw this. I'm going to divide it. Okay, so now the squares are more visible because I outlined it a little bit. And before I do this question, I need you guys to see that when we have a triangle enclosed in a 4-sided shape, for example, a rectangle or square, it is usually it is half of it. Okay, if my base and my height is the same as the dimensions of the squares or rectangles. So if you look at this square, right, what is the base? The base is actually just so this is my square, right? I'm doing this. So if I want to find the area of this triangle, my base is actually one side of the square, okay? And my height also, it will be the side of a square also, okay? So half times base times height is the same thing as half times the 2 sides of the square, okay? And then that means that this shaded part is just half, okay? So I'm going to start doing this question, okay? I'm going to erase all this. Okay, so with all those explanations, we can start doing this question, okay? So for this square, the shaded area is half, okay? Remember the base and the height is the same sides as the squares, okay? So this is basically just half that shaded. Same thing for here, half that shaded. And this one is divided equally into 3 rectangles. So this one will be 1/3 shaded. And same thing for here, 1/3 shaded. Okay, so let's make the denominators the same first. So everything is over 6, okay, because that's the common denominator. And then this is 2 over 6 because it's the same. And this is 3 over 6. So I'm not going to divide on the screen because it's going to take a lot of drawings and it's going to look very messy. But this square is 3 over 6 shaded. This square, 2 over 6. This square,
3 over 6, and this square 2 over 6. So total units will be 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, okay, in this whole figure, because all of them are over 6, so it's 24 units total. And how much is shaded? 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, which is equals to 10 units. So my answer will be 10 over 24, because 10 units out of 24 units are shaded. And we have to simplify. So we're going to get 5 over 12. Okay, so that's it. Okay, we can move on to the next question now. Then 21, find the value of 83 minus all this. Okay, let's just, I'm just going to start doing, okay? So when we see 6y, it means 6 times y. And if my y equals 4, it means 6 times 4. Okay, so I'm going to do it here because there's more space here. So 83 minus 74 minus 6 times 4. Okay, I'm going to put a bracket here over 4 minus 4. Okay, so let's not forget our order operations. Let's do what's in the brackets first. So 83 minus 74 minus 24 over 4 minus 4. Okay, so 74 workings will be here. It will be 50. So 83 minus 50 over 4 minus 4. Okay, so I have to make this, because right now it's over 1, correct? I need to make it over 4. So what I need to do is to multiply by 4 top and bottom. 83 times 4 is 332. So it's 332 over 4 minus 50 over 4 minus 4. 332 minus 50 is 282. So this is 282 over 4 minus away 4. So what's 282 divided by 4? Let's do our working here. So we're going to get 70. 2 over 4 minus 4. So 70 minus 4, we don't have to do calculation, just mental calculate. We're going to get 66 to 4, which is also equals to 66 and a half after simplifying, and we know that half is 0.5. Okay, any of this here should be fine. Okay, but just don't leave your answer as 66 to 4 because it's not simplified. Okay, just go put 0.5. Let's move on to 22. The table below shows the number of hours that a group of students spent on building a model in a day. So, okay, there's a table. We need to first understand what this table is trying to show us. Number of hours spent by each pupil, 0 hours. That means 2 pupils actually didn't spend any time building the model. Okay, and 9 pupils spent 3 hours building a model. Okay, each of them spent 3 hours. So this one is, each of them spent 4 hours. So there are 8 students who spent 4 hours each, and there are 5 students who spent 5 hours each. So that's what the table is trying to teach you, trying to tell you. Okay, and I need the average number of hours each student spent on building the model each day. So we all know that this is 0. So I'm going to put 0 here. So this is, one student is 3 hours, right? So how many hours did 9 students take? We just need to take 3 times 9. Okay, we're going to get 27 hours. So over here it's 27. Same thing here, we just need to take 4 times 8 because one student, 4 hours. 8 students will be 4 times 8. Okay, which is 32 hours. So I'm going to put 32 here. And for the last one, I'm not going to do because it's just 5 times 5. Okay, and now I have to add them all together because I need to find the total. Okay, I will draw my favorite triangle, the tan triangle. Total, average, number. So my total will be 27 plus 32 plus 25. Let's do the working here. So 59 plus 25, 84. Okay, so my total hours is 84. And my average is a question mark. How many students are there? Total number of students is 24, okay? So, one careless mistake people do is they just take 9 plus 8 plus 5, which is wrong because we have 2 lazy students here who didn't spend any time. but they are still considered students, so we have to take into account, we have to take them into account when we find the average. So 84 over 24. Okay, I'm going to simplify by dividing by 4. So 84 divided by 4 is 21. So here I can divide by 3. Top, bottom. Okay, 7 over 2 is just 7 over 2. 3.5. Okay. So the average hour is 3.5. Yeah. So when you see a fraction that have pretty big numbers like 84, and you're wondering which number you should divide, you can always start small. Start with a 4, start with a 2, whatever. And when you realize you can further simplify, just go ahead and further simplify, okay? There's no mistake or there's no issues with that. So let's move on to question 23. The bar graph shows the type of food consumed by a group of pupils in the school canteen. The bar that shows the number of pupils who consume chicken rice has not been drawn. Okay, so 20% of the pupils in the canteen consumed chicken rice. Draw the bar that shows the number of pupils who consumed chicken rice in the graph above. Before we do anything, let's find out how many pupils likes mee goreng, burger, dim sum, and noodles first, okay? So noodles is the easiest because it reaches the max, so I'm just going to put 120 here, okay? And how many spaces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 divided by 5 will be a 2. That means each space is 2, okay? So for mee goreng, it's 52. So 52 kids love it. Burgers, 100. And dim sum, it's 48. Okay, so this is how many we have to find. Okay, so I'll take 52 plus 48. So 100, 100, 200 plus 120. Okay, so total number of pupils here is 320. And they said that 20% of the pupils liked chicken rice. So this is how many percent? This is just 100% minus away 20%, which is 80%. Okay, because this is 20%. Okay, and the total is 100%. Okay, so 20% plus 80%, you're gonna get 100%. So we can compare now. So 20% is 320 pupils. Chicken rice is 20%, so I can find 20%. And from 80 to 20, what I need to do is to divide by 4. So just take 320 to divide by 4, you're going to get 80. And let's start drawing. Okay, so there we have it. We have 80. Okay, 80 is from here all the way to here. Okay, the drawing part is not hard. Okay, finding 80 might just be a little bit tougher than drawing. Okay. So yeah, that's it. It's a bit messy, but I think you guys get it, okay? It's at 80. Let's move on to question 24. Question 24. The figure below shows 4 shaded triangles inside a rectangle PQRS. The whole rectangle is PQRS. So the dotted line is parallel to PQ and SR. Okay? And the total shaded area is 500 cm squared for the length of QR. So they didn't give us a lot of information. They didn't tell us what's the base of each triangle. They didn't tell us the height, and they only give us shaded area. So, but obviously you have enough information to do this question, and it all boils down to how much you remember about the half times base times height of a triangle. So look at the base here. I'm going to draw the base, okay? I'm going to use a bright color. So the base for this rectangle, triangle is from here to here, correct? And then the base of the other rectangle is from, triangle is from here to here. So do you realize that the base actually makes up the base, the length of the rectangle also? You see, because here to here is actually just 40 cm. Okay, so how about the height? The height is from here to here, correct? So whatever number this is, this will be half of it. Half of it is shaded. Okay, and then if you look here, the bottom ones, from here to here is also 40. It's actually 40 cm. So that means the base times the height is actually the area of this part of the rectangle also. Okay, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, so I put a question mark. So do you realize that all the shaded parts, this is half of this rectangle and this is half of this rectangle. So it's total, the total is just half of the whole rectangle, which is PQRS. Okay, so how we can approach this question and find the answer will be to multiply the shaded area by 2. Okay, I'm going to start doing this question. So the area of PQRS is just 500 times 2, which is 1000 cm square. Okay, so all this unshaded part will add up to 500 also. And to find the length of QR, I just need to take 1000 to divide by 40. Okay, so 100 divided by 4 is just 25 cm. Okay, and that's our answer. It's very similar to the previous question where they have the triangle and the square. Okay, so in this case it's rectangle, and this shaded part is actually half of this rectangle, and this shaded part is half of this rectangle, which in turn means that all the shaded part is half of the whole rectangle, and that's why we get our answer so quickly. Okay, let's move on. Tina packed some gift bags for a charity drive. She packed 7 bottles of hand sanitizers, 4 masks, 2 granola bars into every gift bag. She used 117 more hand sanitizers than masks for her gift bags. So it's hand sanitizers versus masks. And how many granola bars did Tina pack altogether? So whatever that is, let's find out how many bags there are first. Okay, so hand sanitizers will be HS, masks will be M. So in each bag, hand sanitizers is 7, correct? And then mask is 4. Okay, so what's the difference? The difference is 7 minus 4, which is 3, and this is in one bag. So 3 hand sanitizers more, okay, per bag. So every one bag there are 3 hand sanitizers more. So in this case she has 117 hand sanitizers more. So how many bags is that? We need to do this method. Okay, so we take 1 to divide by 3 and then multiply by 117. So 1 over 3 times 117, which is 117 over 3. And working here, we're going to get 39. Okay, so there are a total of 39 bags. So in each bag there are 2 granola bars. We need to take 39 times 2. Okay, which is 78. So my answer is 78. How many granola bars did Tina pack altogether? She packed 78 bars. Okay, let's move on to question 26. 26, in the figure below, not drawn to scale, ABCD is a square. I'm going to underline square. And BCF is an equilateral triangle. So when I see things like equilateral or squares, I like to do these lines, okay, to remind me that they're the same. Okay, so BC is a side of an equilateral triangle. That means BC will be equals to BF equals to CF, because equilateral triangles, right? So from this, we can see that we actually form an isosceles triangle called ABF. So ABF is actually an isosceles triangle. Okay, so we need to find out what is AEB, which is this angle they shaded, they indicated, and AEF is a straight line. Okay, so let's start doing. They didn't give any angles, but they gave us very important clues, which is square and equilateral triangle. When we see square, we think of 90 degrees cos right angle, and when we see equilateral triangles, we think of 60 degree, because 180 divided by 3 equals to 60. Got it? So what is angle ABF? So like what we said, so this is 60. This is 60. Because they are all angles inside equilateral. So this is also 60. Okay, and then this is a right angle, so this is 90. So angle ABF will just be 90 degrees plus 60 degrees equals to 150 degrees. Okay, so to find out what is the angle of this and this, we just need to take 180 minus this angle, which is 150, and then we divide by 2. So let's us find out, okay? So BAF equals to 180 minus 150, and then we divide by 2, which is equals to 30 divided by 2, which is 15 degrees. So this is 15 degrees. Okay, so to find out what's angle BEA, what we need to do, because BEA is a triangle, so we just need to take 180 minus away 90 minus away 15, okay, which is equals to 90 minus 15 equals to, do the working here, 75. Okay, 75 will be my answer. I'm gonna write it here. Okay, let's move on to question 27. There were 150 members in a club in March, and this number is an increase of 20% when compared to Feb. And in April, there are 115 members who remained. So what is the percentage decrease in the number of members in April compared to February? So let's dissect this question. Let's do whatever we can from the top first. So we have 3 months here, correct? I'm going to draw a line. So we have February, we have March, and we have April. Okay, so February is how many percent? This was an increase of 20% when compared to February. So since I'm comparing to February, February will be 100% and March will be 120% because I increased by 20%. March, I have no idea. Okay, they didn't tell us the percentage, but they did tell us the number, which is 115. Okay, so we're going to write it down. And then they also told us the number for March. March is 150. So I need to find out what this is. Okay, I need to find out how many members there are in February so that I can find out the decrease. Got it? So 120% equals to 150, right? So we need to find out what's 100%. What we need to do is this method. Okay, divide and then times. So it's a divide here. It's a times here. So 150 divided by 120 times 100. Okay, so I'm going to cross simplify a little bit. So I'm going to get 150 times 5. $750 divided by 6. Okay. I'm going to get 125. So equals to 125. So February has 125 people. No more question mark because we already found it. So it's 125. Okay. So what is the percentage decrease in the number of members in April compared to February? So February has 125, April has 115, so the difference is 10. So it decreased by 10. So 10 over, we have to put it over the original value, which is February, over 125 times 100. Okay, so we have to divide by 5, we're going to get 2. 125, we divide by 5, we're going to get 25. Okay, we're going to get 25 here, and 25, it's 100 divided by 25, it's 4, so it's 8%, because 4 times 2. So answer is 8. Okay, getting the percentage right is very important. Okay, so try and always be very specific. Let's move on to question 28. Question 28, in the figure below, shade the minimum additional number of squares so that AB is the line of symmetry for the figure. So we're going to start shading, okay? So if you look here diagonally, this is not shaded, and this box is shaded. So I need to shade this box. Okay? And then, let's continue on. This is not shaded, but this is shaded. So that means this has to be shaded also. Okay, so, and let's continue on. This box and this box not shaded. The diagonal line here, this is shaded, so this has to be shaded. So that's how I do symmetry questions. Okay, so very straightforward. Let's move on to question 29. ABCD is a trapezium. BCD is 106. Okay, they show us. ADC is 101. And AB equals to AE. So isosceles triangle. Okay, we need to find what is this angle DAE. So let's see. In a trapezium, there's one pair of parallel lines, correct? So this is the pair of parallel lines. Okay? And in between parallel lines, the two angles will add up to 180. So this angle, DCE plus ABE, will give you 180 degrees. Okay? Same thing for this too. So this plus this will give you 180 also. Okay? So let's start finding some numbers, some angles. Angle ABC equals to 180 minus 106 equals to 74. Okay, so this is 74 degrees. If this is 74, this will be 74 also, because they are at the base of isosceles triangle. And then with the two 74s, we can find out what this angle is. So angle BAE is equals to 180 minus 74 minus 74. Okay, so 180 minus 74 is 106. So I'm just going to take 106 to minus away 74, which is 32. So this is 32 degrees. So to find out what is DAE, we need to know that this whole thing plus this gives us 180. So to find out this, we just need to take 180 minus away 32 and then minus away 101. Okay, so 180 minus 101, 79. So 79 minus 32, 47. So my answer would just be 47 degrees. Okay, so this is 47 degrees. This plus this plus this will give you 180. So yeah, let's move on to the last question. Kelly has $38. What is the greatest number of muffins she can buy? So from this table, we can see that the first 3 muffins that she's going to buy will cost $3.20 each. And the 4th muffin onwards will be $3. So let us take away the price of the first 3 muffins first. So it's $3.20 times 3. Okay, which is $9.60. Okay, we have to take her money to minus 960 first. Okay, so $38. So I'm gonna put 0.00 minus $9.60. Okay, so this will be 4. $28.40. She has $28.40 left. So $3 is 1 muffin. $28.40 is how many muffins? We can use this method again. So 1/3 times 28.40. Okay, so 28.40 over 3 is, let's do the working here. So it's 9.45. So obviously I cannot buy 9 point something muffins. So I have to round it to 9 muffins. Okay, so the maximum muffins I can buy with 28.40 is 9 muffins, and we have to add back our first 3 muffins. Okay, so 9 plus 3 is equals to 12, and that's it. That's our answer. Okay. So congrats. We have finished this paper. Not so easy. This paper is actually quite challenging. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video, which will be the paper 2 of ACS school. And yeah.